What's going on, y'all? This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. Right now, you tuned to Ghetto Gossip Live, man. Y'all make sure that y'all sub to the channel. If you haven't done so, make sure that you do so, man. Make sure that you get this thing a like and make sure that you comment, man. And don't be a hater. So you got to make sure that you follow them instructions that I just asked you to do, man. Now let's get into it, bro. Y'all know that boy Foogiano. Y'all know who Foogiano is. If y'all don't know who Foogiano is, let me show y'all who Foogiano is, man. That's Foogiano. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to get up in here, man. That's Foogiano, And he was signed to 1017. Still signed to 1017. I don't know why I just said he was signed to 1017. He still signed to 1017, man. That's Gucci Man label. And he just got released today. Him and Pooh Shiesty was like, you know what I'm saying? They was doing features together back to back to back. He was the first one, you know what I'm saying, that Gucci Man signed to the label, bro. He gave this dude a whole $1 million. Do y'all think he gonna do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Not the same thing that Pooh Shiesty did. Obviously, hopefully not. But do y'all think that he gonna like lead the label? Y'all think he should stay with the label 1017 or what? You know what I'm saying? He from what they saying, man, he don't play himself, man. The songs that he dropped, he talk about carrying that stick and using that stick with it fully loaded and using it till it's empty also, man. Just like Pooh Shiesty, man. See, back in 2021, you know what I'm saying, he was signed to Gucci Man label. No, yeah, back in 21, you know what I'm saying, Gucci Man, 1017 artist, no, he was arrested, you know what I'm saying, and he was arrested, you know what I'm saying, in 2021. You know what I'm saying? And he was charged being a convicted felon, you know what I'm saying, with in possession of that firearm, and then they say he cut off his ankle monitor, you know what I'm saying, and then he started running, you know what I'm saying, 4 years later, man. Y'all think the dude changed, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think he's still the same? What y'all think about this dude, man? You know what I'm saying? Y'all think he gonna be able to hold his own weight? Let me know in the comment section how many people up in here. You know what I'm saying? Let me check it out. Okay, we live. Y'all make sure y'all get this thing a like, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy Foogiano free. And you know what I'm saying? If he wait too long to drop a song, right? If this dude Foogiano wait too long to drop a song, I'm gonna think something is up, something suspicious. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna think that the dude been up to no good because, like I say, bro, I told y'all I heard that, you know what I'm saying, he got hands and feet put on him after that Gucci Man situation with Pooh Shiesty when Gucci Man dropped that song, you know, dissing Pooh Shiesty and Bit 30 and all of them, talking about Crash Dummies. So, you know, he probably ain't gonna come out and say it himself, but somebody else behind bars, when he get to speaking, you know what I'm saying, trying to show that he bad, somebody gonna obviously, you know what I'm saying, back up what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really gotta believe what I'm saying right now, but no, man, I'm glad to see that, you know what I'm saying, the dude Foogiano is out, man, and I hope Foogiano do a hell of a good job, bro. And to me, it don't matter if he stay or leave, because he ain't gotta be around Gucci Man, you know what I'm saying, to eat, to make money, you know what I'm saying, for him and his label. He got a tour. People got a feature with him. You know what I'm saying? So I think he should just go on and stay with Gucci Man, or I think he should just leave. You know what I'm saying? It's all up to him. It's how he want to take it. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna have to drop a song like ASAP. We ain't waiting no month. You know what I'm saying? We ain't waiting no month to hear nothing from no goddamn Foogiano. I'm letting y'all know that right now, man. If y'all agree, y'all let me know in the comment section. We're gonna slow this thing down because you know what I'm saying, I started a little too quick. You know what I'm saying? I started a little too quick, man. You know, he got some bangers, you know, back then, but the sound that he didn't came with, it didn't changed. He gonna have to come different, you know. He might have to find another lane, you know what I'm saying, if his fans don't, you know what I'm saying, take in what he putting out. Hopefully they take in what he putting out, because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm a fan of Foogiano. I be telling y'all I'm not a fan of, you know what I'm saying, no artist, but me, I'm a fan of Foogiano. You know what I'm saying? I like Foogiano music. You know what I'm saying? I like his style and his swag. You know what I'm saying? He's a good artist, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that he can do good, you know what I'm saying, and provide for his family and stop dissing his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that Foolio trial had It ain't came out yet, but you know what I'm saying? Day one start tomorrow for that Foolio trial, 8 a.m. And they got so much evidence against these guys, you know what I'm saying, who didn't like Foolio, who had so much hatred towards Foolio, you know. Let me get to it, y'all. Rest in peace to Foolio. But Foolio was a dissing motherfucker, you know. If y'all agree, let me know. And Ace, I noticed something about Ace. Ace haven't been dropping. Ace only dropped, you know what I'm saying, certain times. Ace only dropped when Foolio got popped, you know what I'm saying? One time, like in the middle. So basically, he dropped at the beginning when Foolio got dropped in the middle, and then now with this trial from the start, he just dropped a new song. Y'all let me know if that's suspicious or what. And people saying that he fell off, and then he dropped a song, and people reacted to it saying, "Oh, I like this." Listen, it's just a cover up. You know what I'm saying? Ace ain't shit. Ace is done. You know, he didn't got his op allegedly knocked off. He allegedly sent these people, you know what I'm saying, to Foolio. You know, we ain't gonna know if these guys don't talk.
At the start in Jacksonville, on camera at Sean Gathright's mother's house. This is the footage of her Ring camera or whatever. They're packing large bags into the car. Sean and Isaiah Chance are. The day before the murder, here's Isaiah Chance coming over to the house. They were close friends, so he just walks right in. He grabs a bag from the car up top, a big bag. I mean, he can barely lift that thing. What's in there? He's coming with another bag now. And here's the first shot of Sean Gathright.
The way they getting down like they moving out of town. They got big bags, you know what I'm saying? All they ain't got is suitcases.
One of the AR shooters. He comes out, he's looking at the car. This Impala is what they end up using, and it's registered to his mom. You use a car registered to your mama in a murder. So dumb. So now he's clearing out the back trunk, like making space, I believe, for the bags of guns.
He was desperate to get to Foolio. He couldn't even go rent a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mom, I need to use your car, man. I got to go to Temp. Ain't even tell his mama what it's for. Set his mama up. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he did. You know what I'm saying? He set his mom up because he used his mom's car to do a goddamn crime.
He's getting random shit out of the trunk. He's on the phone with people now, probably one of the Murphys or something, because they're coming along too. Now here come the very big bags that we would presume have guns in them. I mean, look how many book bags these guys have. There's like 4 book bags, plus a huge, large duffel bag. Look at that big ass bag. What is in there when you're going to Jacksonville for less than 24 hours? Keep that in mind. They go there, I think, for like 17 hours. You ain't packing that much shit. And they try to say it was a music video. Come on, bro. There's no evidence of them shooting a music video there. 0. Because remember, Sean Gathright.
They did shoot a music video. Everything that was on camera and what they did to Foolio. You know what I'm saying? They got themselves locked up.
Is a videographer, like he shot music videos. Isaiah Chance is also a rapper. Look at how many book bags they have right here. 4. Would you look at that? More bags. I mean, these guys were transporting an arsenal from Jacksonville down to Tampa. I've seen some comments of people asking how they got this footage. I can't remember if this was through a search warrant or his mom gave it to them. I know his grandma gave them the footage after the murder. You'll see that later on. Now here's the first shot of Alicia getting from this car into the Impala to go down to Tampa with them, and they're getting ready to leave. And now we're back after the murder here, where they're back at the house. And I believe this is Rashad Murphy right here, popping up out of nowhere.
They got the whole gang at the house. They talking about it right in front of the security camera. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we finna go to Tampa, man. We got to go get Foolio, man. Hey, Foolio partying, man. Hey, he gonna be drunk, man. And then we gonna celebrate. Yeah, we gonna be drinking that Don Julio, man, after we get him. Such a fools.
Because he came back with them. And here's Isaiah Chance picking up all these bags and taking them inside. Now here is the license plate readers. The detectives obviously figured out the cars at some point that were involved in this murder. They had the license plates on. So obviously they searched the system where these license plates were read.
That would be a picture of the entire vehicle of the plate that the camera's focused on. This one is 4:25 p.m. on June 23rd, 2024, out of Polk County.
And is this time frame, is this after the homicide occurred?
Correct. This is approximately 12 hours after the homicide.
And where does Mr. Gath?
Hey, let me ask y'all something. If y'all had an op, you know what I'm saying, and y'all was in a same position as Foolio, you know what I'm saying, and them, how would y'all handle that, bro? Would y'all handle it like this, or would y'all handle it a whole different way, bro? Because if you handle it like this, bro, you's an idiot, bro. Like, these guys is foolish, bro. Like, they lost their ticket to life, you know what I'm saying, due to gang banging activity.
Right, Sean Gathright's grandmother live?
In Auburndale in Polk County.
Sean Gathright is driving this Impala now to his grandma's house in another city in Florida, where he switches cars, wipes down the car, all on camera too. This silver car is how the Murphys got to Tampa. And then Alicia and Isaiah Chance use this car to track Foolio.
Riverside, your
they was
all-in-one
on
podcast
Foolio,
creation
man.
platform. Record your podcast solo or with
around the entire night.
What are those address reference points on this diagram?
So what we did was we put in the date and time and the location of the LPR hits that we just went through, and then this kind of mapped it out visually for us so we can see the path of travel from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville down to Tampa, Tampa back to Jacksonville. Now the night of the murder at 4 a.m, the silver car is seen circling the
They did some traveling, didn't they? Back and forth.
hotel that Foolio is at, trying to check into a room. So Alicia and Isaiah are in this car, and they just drove past Foolio out front. And they're like, there's Foolio's car out front. And they're letting the people in the other car know what's going
Camera's
on.
on the southwest corner of the Homestead Suites, and it's pointing in the southwest direction. So this would have been the continuation of when I said left off the screen in that last slide, is where we're at here. We saw the crews come in, and now we're seeing the crews come out.
Now they're turning around, and they're going to leave the area because the shooting's about to happen. Because they're going to let them know Foolio's out front. And these boys are about to run around this corner and shoot him right here.
Now we see the shooters arriving in
Rashad's about to pop out the bottom right here.
camera.
That's Rashad with the Glock. And here's Sean Gathright with the AR and the shell casing catcher on the side of it. So no case.
And y'all remember I told y'all, man, Sean, no, it was Isaiah Chance, man. Isaiah Chance, man, he had military training, so he know, you know what I'm saying, how to move. That's why them guys was moving like that. They were spaced out, but they wasn't too spaced out.
Casings were left.
Time?
On the timestamp 3714, correct time would have been 4:38.
Davion pops up at the top here.
On the timestamp 3714, correct time would have been 4:38, almost 4:39.
Look at Davion, bro. Sneaking around this Tesla camera like an idiot right before they start shooting. And Foolio actually tried to climb in the back seat and like avoid it and got shot. And there's a picture out there. I saw a picture on Twitter of him literally like face first in the back seat. I don't know how I just now saw this, but it's out there. And if I remember correctly, he had
Man, Foolio was trying to get the hell up out of there, but he wasn't trying to get up out the door. Foolio don't sound like he had a chance, man. He didn't have a chance. Them dudes ain't had no bulletproof vests on. Them dudes wasn't, you know what I'm saying, in a bulletproof vehicle. They ain't even had no weapons. Even if they would have had weapons, they wouldn't have stood a chance, man. They would have had to well long, you know what I'm saying, seen this coming when them boys first got on them in order to, you know what I'm saying, in order to stand a chance.
had no chance. Like his back got destroyed and his vertebrae got hit, I think. Like he was dead pretty quickly. Here's Rashad running with the Glock. And there was Sean running with the AR. Here's Davion spraying. And here's Davion running like he is the most unathletic person possible. Now the Airbnb, Alicia's on camera getting in at first. And they snuck around the back when they got there. But she's on camera there going in the day they get there. And then look, there's Isaiah on camera. This is after the murder, actually. He has champagne. Because remember, they drink champagne celebrating. And this is them leaving. And guess what? An Uber. And this Uber driver testified and said, yup, they got in my car. He testified they all got in his car. The people that took the Uber. I don't remember who took the Uber, but one of the Murphys took the Uber. And that's how they figured out he was there.
The person getting in that silver car is an Uber driver who they have called.
He
That
thought
is
he
how
dropped
they
something.
returned to Jacksonville. The defendant, Mr. Chance, and Mr. Murphy this time returned to Jacksonville.
Remember that doctor's appointment you were supposed to go to, but you completely forgot about it and got sidetracked? Why not book it today? ZocDoc makes it easier to find on the Ring camera. Never mind. I thought Davion never went on the Ring camera up front. He did. What an idiot. And there's Sean.
Trying to go back in. Mr. Gathright walking out with gear. They don't come the way they don't leave the way they came. They flee from this murder separately and in a different format. That's Mr. Gathright.
So they thought they was slick. They thought it was going to go all the way, you know what I'm saying, to another city, you know what I'm saying, do a crime and get away with it, be able to go back to Jacksonville, make songs about it, you know what I'm saying, and be successful. That's what they thought.
He leaves independent of the others in the Impala. Mr. Gathright drives across I-4 to Polk County, to Auburndale, to his grandmother's house, where he switches cars. He leaves his Impala at his grandmother's house, and he takes her Toyota 4Runner, and he drives that to Orlando, where he goes out that night to a club, and he posts a...
They really did some traveling. Jacksonville, Tampa, you know, Lakeland area, And then, you know what I'm saying, Orlando, man, them boys was really trying to be sneaky. Like and then he washed the car, tried to clean it all up. You know, that was premeditated. Them boys looking at the death penalty.
Photograph of him drinking Don Julio tequila, which is a diss to Charles Jones. Charles Jones, Julio Foolio, was known in all of his social media to drink Don Julio.
Inflation is here and it sucks, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do something.
I ain't
about it.
even know
Starting your business.
Foogiano really drank like that because he did say, you know what I'm saying, he don't drink like that on the day of his birthday. He's like, I don't even drink like that, cool. I don't even drink. You know what I'm saying? So what was it? Was Foolio when he was, you know what I'm saying, drinking on his social medias, was he fake drinking or what? Y'all got to let me know in the comment section because that part right there got me confused.
That's where the name came from.
So bro thought switching cars at his grandma's house was enough. When you're on camera in a car registered to your mom murdering someone and then celebrates at a club.
This Mr. Gathright drives over, switches cars, goes to Orlando, then he ends up in Jacksonville. That's Mr. Gathright being picked up on a flock license plate reader system.
By the way, these flock
They did too much just to murder one guy. You know what I'm saying? Just to murder anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? They did way too much.
cameras, I heard about them recently, they're everywhere. We're being surveilled at all times. It's actually a little bit concerning. I don't like it at all. Like,
Yeah, even you walk out your door right now, you being watched because your neighbor got a rain cam most likely, 9 times out of 10. So you always being watched. And people got camera phones, you know what I'm saying, always recording. People got the, you know what I'm saying, the meta glasses. So yeah, you really can't get away with nothing, you know what I'm saying, 2026. So don't even try it.
the government knows where you're at all times because of your car.
Oh, this is him coming. This is on June 22nd. You can see 739. He's in Hillsborough County.
Now, here's Sean arriving to his grandma's house in the Impala, and his grandma gave the police all this footage, by the way. I think this...
Man, they got the time stamps of, you know what I'm saying, everywhere they was at, when they was there. Man, them boys is trapped. You know what I'm saying? They got so much evidence on these dudes. They not never gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder which one of them guys gonna let us know, you know what I'm saying, who sent the hit. Who
This is
sent
where
them?
she was like, yeah, and gave it to them. And she even said this was bizarre, that he would come there and switch cars. She was confused by it. It's so bad. Like, these guys are so cooked.
You see the Chevy Impala, the assault car sitting in the driveway. Law enforcement go there later. They get this video of Mr. Gathright switching cars. You're going to see him wiping down the Impala before he leaves.
Bro thinks wiping down fingerprints is enough. It's registered to your mama. Look at him wiping this car down.
Man, he should have switched the tag, took the tag off or something. Let me be quiet, y'all. But yeah, man, dumb rookie mistake right there, bro.
On camera. This isn't cleaning. I hope to God one of his lawyers says this is him cleaning the car. That'd be such a funny defense. Because why would you be cleaning the car and switching it and then leaving it? And
Because he just did a crime in that vehicle and he trying to wipe down the evidence that he was inside of that vehicle.
driving hours away to another city. Like, it just makes no sense. And there's the Forerunner he switches into and gets arrested in.
And there he is leaving in the Forerunner, saying goodbye to his grandmother.
The Uber receipt, $187, all the way from Tampa to Jacksonville.
The defendant and her
$200,
boyfriend, Mr.
y'all.
Chance, and Mr. Rashad Murphy, who had come there in the Chevy Cruze with his cousin, Davion Murphy. Now Rashad Murphy traveled with them in that Uber. There's the Uber receipt, $187, 3 hours, 25 minutes, 208 miles from Gazebo Pond to Chipperfield Lane in Jacksonville. You see the route on the left, they go up 70.
Let me ask y'all something. Did they thought they not wasn't gonna get caught? You know what I'm saying? Especially catching an Uber and taking your own mom vehicle, not even your own vehicle, your own mom vehicle. You thought you wasn't not gonna get caught.
5 and they cut through I-10 heading up to Jacksonville. The Uber driver in this case will testify to you that he picked up 3 people at an Airbnb in Tampa and dropped them off at Sean Gaithright's house in Jacksonville. That this defendant and Mr. Chance sat in the back seat and the whole way they're on their phones. And they're
who they was texting, you know what I'm saying? What they was talking about when they was on their mobile phone, you know, what they was tweeting.
not wearing a mask.
Now, a few days later, they're tracking Sean Gathright. They know a general area where he's at, and they find him, and he's speeding, and he has tinted windows. There's a whole other thing about that where the officers testified that they visually saw him speeding, which I don't like. What do you mean visual? I don't care if there's training for visual speeding. That's kind of weird. And then they got him out of the car for smelling marijuana, which that law has changed now.
This is in Jacksonville. This is Jacksonville.
Now, but then, you know what I'm saying, it was probably not like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section.
Sheriff's Office. They pull that forerunner over, Sean Gathright driving, and they pull him over for a traffic infraction. They get him out of the car, and they end up searching.
That boy got clips, you know what I'm saying, belt straps. You know, that boy got everything. He was war ready.
That forerunner. And inside of the forerunner, they find several items. Glock
Got ammunition.
magazines, a Glock extended magazine.
He was dangerous.
Components for AR-15 rifles.
I mean, bro has an arsenal in his grandmama's car.
And a box full of empty 223 and 5.56 shell casings. Now, you're going to hear in the evidence, if you're not already aware of this, that a 5.56 rifle, an AR rifle, can shoot 223 ammunition. They're almost interchangeable. And there's multiple empty casings in this box.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all get the lights up if you're up in here.
They also find these two boxes, each containing 50 rounds of 9mm ammunition. Max Tech. On the top of the cartridge casings, on the head stamp, where the primer is MXT for Max Tech. That is the exact same ammunition as the 9mm shell casings found in the crime scene. All of those shell casings found, and there was 31 of them found outside of the home to suites. They're all Max Tech, all the same ammunition, the same as these.
So the 9mm you're talking about is Rashad's Glock switch. They also find 2 more of the 9mm cartridges at Sean's house in the safe that matched the shooting. He kept casings of a murder, and guess what?
He was trying to celebrate. That was his them was his trophies. You know what I'm saying? I used this to take out the most disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, drill rapper in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? He had to keep them. You know what I'm saying? Them was for his records. And now, you know what I'm saying, the law got it for their records.
Guess what? He kept casings of another murder and an attempted murder in Foolio. Like, this guy kept evidence of other crimes.
These shell casings, 223 5.56. Those shell casings are later provided to the Florida Department of
There's
Law
some big
Enforcement,
shells, too.
which is a statewide agency here in the state of Florida that maintains crime laboratories throughout the state. We have one right here, a regional laboratory here in Tampa, and there's one in Jacksonville, and they're both involved in this case. And they are submitted to the firearms section, to firearms analysts who analyze those shell casings, comparing them to the shell casings from the October 7th attack on Charles Jones, where he was shot in the leg. And they are fired from the same weapon.
So the attempted murder in Foolio, shot in the foot, right here.
So they've been trying to get Foolio, man. Psh. They was scared of Foolio. You know what I'm saying? Foolio was terrorizing them. You know what I'm saying? They was like, damn, we got to get him. Man, I can't get him by myself, so we got to gang up on him because we know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This probably how they was saying, like, man, I know how Foolio roll, man. So it got to be like multiple what's, man. Like, you got to have something automatic. Like, he do, I do. Like, we can't just have, you know what I'm saying, hand weapons, bro. We got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was scared of Foolio, man. Foolio put fear into all of these boys. You know what I'm saying? Foolio was the, you know what I'm saying, the father, you know what I'm saying, of these, you know what I'm saying, rap guys who was dissing Foolio, man. Rest in peace to Foolio, man. And these guys who did this to Foolio, bro, these guys, real deal, you know what I'm saying, they gonna rot in jail, man. They gonna rot, you know what I'm saying, exactly where they belong at, bro. Because you can't go around, you know what I'm saying, thinking that just because you got beef with another individual that you can go around here blasting up, you know what I'm saying, hitting up his car. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was 4 people in that vehicle, man. You know what I'm saying? It was 3 other people in that vehicle. What if all of them would have got wiped out? You know what I'm saying? How y'all would have felt? Oh, they wouldn't even gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because they most likely did it for the respect of their hood. You know what I'm saying? The respect of where they from. But nobody, you know what I'm saying, in they hood, who they did that for us, finna look out for them while they locked up, bro. You know? Nobody. Ain't nobody finna send them $1. They might talk to him for a little bit, but after that, bro, communication gonna stop, bro. The money, it ain't gonna come in. Why? Because times is hard right now. You know, so y'all better think before you try and go do some sliding shit like, you know what I'm saying, the rest of these fools be out here doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop and think. And I thought we learned that shit like way back when, man. So, man, y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying, handle y'all problems, y'all beef, you know what I'm saying, your drama a different way. There's multiple ways you can, you know what I'm saying, handle that shit, bro. You're gonna have to learn how to talk it out, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so quick to go and try to pull the trigger, man, and try to take somebody's life ticket to life, man. I'm out, bro. Peace.